is priceless. Our alumni and people in the state. I mean, heck, I grew up, still am a UK fan, always have been a blue blood and everything else. And to be able to be here, it is very, very special for our university, what it does for us, not only regionally, but nationally. So we're very fortunate for those guys to be here.
Questions?
You played Purdue to a one-point game. What's the difference in talent level here?
Tremendous size. They're very, very skilled. The size, I mean, it's unbelievable the size. We couldn't simulate this in practice, and we tried. We built some extensions in the new game. We had these extensions about 3-4 feet long, made up hands. Our manager did a heck of a job. We still couldn't simulate. We need them to be about 10 feet long. But that's it, the size. Purdue plays tremendously hard. I mean, they really do. They're a heck of a basketball team. Kentucky's so big and skilled at every spot, and they just keep coming in waves at you. And probably the hardest thing is it's the rebounding, just to keep them, because they're very active and really, really talented.
If you would please raise your hand when you need questions.
Coach, would you say you're a bigger UK fan now than you were 4 hours ago?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously when we're playing, we want to beat them and all that, but now I want them to win the national championship. And most of our locker room does. I mean, that's how we are. We're a bunch of Kentucky kids. A lot of our team's been built like that. And it's a team I grew up with. Half my family I had to pay off and bribe not to wear Kentucky shirts down here today. So they probably switched them on the way out, I guarantee you that.
Coach, you guys shot the ball well at Purdue. What were you happy with the looks you got? What made the difference?
Yeah, we were real happy. I'll tell you, I'm crazy to say this, but when we had 2 or 3 wide open layups in the first couple minutes, 2 or 3 wide open threes in the first 3 or 4 minutes, and we didn't make them, I thought that relaxed Kentucky a little bit. And if we would have made 2 or 3 of those shots and all of a sudden had 6, 7, 8, 9 points, I thought that we could have changed the tempo just a little. And when you don't make those shots early against tremendous teams, when you're outsized and really out-talented, then it's really difficult to control tempo, and it really allows those guys to be relaxed when they shoot the basketball, and there's not a lot of pressure when you're up by 12, 15, as opposed to being a 2-point game or a 3-point game. And so I really felt that was the difference in the game.
Coach, did Kentucky's defense match the intensity of Purdue's?
It's different because they don't have to. Purdue was smaller, much smaller, and they had to get after us and deny us and not let us catch the ball. Kentucky's so long they don't have to, and if they do that, I think that'd be foolish, because then they'd be at risk of us going by them, where they could stay back and just contain and use their length, and that's what they're really, really good at, is switching, containing, and using their length, because when you have a 6'5", 6'6" point guard, I mean, you're going to be able to switch with anybody, and that's really difficult.
Not often you see a freshman get a double-double in the first half. Did Julius Randle stand out to you as much as he did to some of us?
When I walked down on the floor and I saw how big they were, I thought about turning around and going back in the locker room for a little bit. They were monsters. He is just physically so gifted. Absolutely. And he's a special player. He's a special player, and he's like all young kids. If he works really, really hard, he's going to be special at a number of at this level and the next one too. So absolutely, we saw that at halftime. But you know, what are we going? It's very difficult to do anything about it with the bodies and the athletes we have without giving up too much. So there's just some things that we're going to have to give up, and he's one guy that we really physically couldn't match up with right now.
Any other questions? Anyone else? Oh, we got one.
Coach Bezold, what do you think playing the #1 team in the country has and will teach NKU's team?
Well, it teaches us a number of things. I mean, this does nothing but make us better, and I don't know if we made UK any better today. I really don't. But for us, we get stuff on film that allows our kids to grow. It gets us into atmospheres that these kids need to be in, and it exposes every time you don't do things exactly right, you don't pay attention to detail, offensive or defensive, or what you're doing, they expose it. And we've got to take from that and grow. So this is going to be a learning experience, and hopefully that happens. This game for us is something that sets us up for the rest of the year to make us better.
Is it somewhat of a relief that you're not going to have to play a team as big and athletic as Kentucky is the rest of the year?
Absolutely. That's why we target. We just play these guys once. But again, actually would like to play them in a month just to see our growth, and that's very important. So to say that, I'd love to play them in a month just to, again, to see how our team has developed and come along.
Any particular reason why you think you weren't hitting early? I mean, other than just one of those days?
I think it was one of those days when we were watching our kids tonight, just in those first few minutes, it looked like we were running in sand. It did. And then we just didn't have that same feel about us or bounce about us and energy. And again, that comes with a team that hasn't had to do it. We intentionally scheduled. We're fortunate to have a Friday, Sunday, because in our conference we play Thursday, Saturday. So they're going to have to learn to travel, rest, and then be able to come right back out and perform like they did on the day before. So it was very important for us.
Anyone else?
And these guys, I'll end by telling you this. You guys know how special Coach Calipari is. He took the time last year when he was at our facility in the summer with his international team to spend some time with a gentleman. And he had no idea that the gentleman was very, very sick. And he spent 10, 15 minutes with him when he didn't have to. I know this guy's pulled in all different directions, and he was kind enough to do that. And the gentleman died just a few months later, and that was his picture. He used it in the newspaper for his family. I'm telling you, we're lucky as a state to have that guy here. We really, really are, and I hope he stays for a long time because he does a lot of good things that people never ever see or ever hear about. But I want to make sure people know about that. He's a good person. So we wish him the best. Thank you.
Thank you.